Good evening and welcome. Tonight we're taking a closer look at a developing situation that is capturing attention across the Iraqi dinar community, a moment that many are calling significant, yet one that requires careful understanding before jumping to conclusions. Let's begin with what's being reported. A number has surfaced, 4.86 against the US dollar. It appeared on screens, quickly spreading across platforms and discussions, causing many to pause and ask the same question: is this real, and what does it actually mean? Now, if a rate like 4.86 were fully active across the global banking system, available at every bank, every teller, and every exchange counter, it would represent a major financial shift, the kind of shift that could impact lives in a very real way. But here's where clarity becomes essential. Currency markets do not move in a single moment, they move in stages, and understanding those stages is the key to separating signal from noise. Because a number appearing on a screen does not automatically mean it is available to the public. In global finance, there is a process, a chain of systems that must align before any rate becomes usable at the retail level. It typically begins with internal decisions. A central authority or financial body sets a reference or internal rate. From there, the information moves to correspondent banks and interbank platforms. Liquidity providers begin adjusting positions. Systems update. Compliance checks take place. Only after all of that does the rate reach retail banks, the point where everyday customers can actually access it, and that process can take time, sometimes hours, sometimes days. So when a number like 4.86 appears suddenly, it should be viewed as a signal to verify, not immediate confirmation of access. This is especially important because large-scale financial changes are rarely released all at once. Instead, they are rolled out in phases. This phased approach protects the system. It prevents sudden shocks. It allows banks to manage liquidity, verify transactions, and maintain stability during the transition. Now let's compare this to current official data. At this moment, the widely recognized official exchange rate used in Iraq's financial system remains in the range of approximately 1,300 to 1,320 dinar per US dollar. This is the rate referenced in government budgets, major banking operations, and international accounting structures. That means any dramatically different number appearing externally does not immediately replace the official operating rate. Both can exist at the same time, but they serve very different purposes. On one side, you have official and market rates, the numbers actively used in transactions. On the other, you may have internal figures, test values, or early-stage system updates that are not yet available for public use. Understanding that difference is critical, because reacting too quickly to unverified information can lead to costly mistakes. Now let's talk about what you should do if you are holding Iraqi dinar. The first step is preparation. Gather your documents, purchase receipts, identification, and any records that prove ownership of your currency. Banks will require this information if and when exchanges are processed. Also ensure your notes are in good condition. Damaged or altered notes can be rejected during verification. This may seem simple, but in high-value transactions, these details matter. Next, and this is extremely important, be cautious of scams. Whenever major rumors or high-value claims begin circulating, fraudulent activity tends to increase. You may hear about private exchange offers, priority access, or special windows that require upfront fees. These are major red flags. Legitimate banks do not charge upfront fees for access to exchange rates. They operate through regulated systems, clear documentation, and established procedures. If someone is pressuring you to act quickly, move money, or trust an unofficial process, step back. Verify everything directly with your bank. Do not rely on third parties. Another key point to understand is the concept of testing and system updates. Financial institutions regularly test systems, update software, and run internal simulations. During these processes, temporary values can sometimes appear on certain displays or feeds. These are not always live rates. They can be test rates, internal postings, or even display errors. This is why one sighting, even if it appears legitimate, is not enough to confirm a full rollout. Verification is everything. If a major change were truly becoming active, there would be clear signs. Multiple banks would begin showing consistent updates. Verified customers would provide documented proof of successful transactions. Financial institutions would issue official guidance, and mainstream financial media would begin reporting on it. Without those confirmations, caution is the best approach. Now let's talk about how a real rollout would likely happen. It would not be instant, it would be phased. Certain institutions, particularly large banks and financial centers, may gain access first. Government and institutional transactions may be processed before retail customers. This is standard practice. It allows systems to handle volume, manage risk, and maintain order during a major transition. For individuals outside Iraq, there may be additional delays. Not all banks globally are equipped to process Iraqi dinar exchanges. International regulations, correspondent banking relationships, and compliance procedures all play a role, so access may vary depending on location and institution. Now, another area that must not be overlooked is taxes and financial planning. If a significant exchange were to occur, it could create taxable events depending on your country's laws. Large deposits are often monitored and reported under financial regulations. This is not something to fear, but it is something to prepare for. Speaking with a qualified financial professional ahead of time can make a major difference. Planning in advance protects your outcome. Finally, let's address the emotional side of the situation. Many people have waited years, even decades, following developments around the Iraqi dinar. Moments like this naturally create excitement, but they also create risk, because urgency can lead to poor decisions. The best approach right now is simple. Stay calm, verify information, prepare your documents, and rely only on official channels, because in the world of finance, especially at this level, clarity matters more than speed. To summarize, the appearance of a 4.86 rate is a signal, not confirmation. The current official system still reflects existing exchange levels. Any real change would move through a structured, phased process. And the most important step you can take right now is preparation, not reaction. We will continue to monitor this situation closely and bring you verified updates as they develop. Until then, stay informed, stay cautious, and make decisions based on facts, not speculation. Thank you for watching.